trying to find answers to problems that have continuously defied solutions. I'm actually tired of talking about electoral reforms. Right in this hall, in the last 25 years, we have been talking about reforms. I can remember sometimes in the year 2000, 2001, in the seats there you have the like of Solomon La, Alex Ekwemi, Chuba Okadu, Rini, we're all sitting here. This hall, we can speak. Great men who have now passed on to our Lord. They are all here. And we are still talking about the Sani. So that is why I said, when I saw the topic, I said, this is still the same issue, and this is where we are. Recently, I made a post, and I asked this question: how can you and I win election without pumping in hundreds of millions of naira? That's the question. Because many good people, many people with vision, many people with ideas, many people of honor and respect can't get into the position of leadership in this country because they don't have money to share. And you now say, this is the ruling party and this is the opposition. Now let's put them on the table. If you are a member of the APC, you still need millions of naira to buy nomination form. If you are a member of the ADC, of the PDP, of the SDP, of the Labour Party, you will still need that millions of naira. So you can see how things never change. If you are a member of the ruling party, you impose your stooges as echoes of the party. If you are a member of any of this opposition, it's still the same thing. If you are a member of the APC, you have to pay delegates to win primary elections. And if you are a member of any of the opposition, you have to say. So it's like a ritual. If you are a member of the APC, you'll be advised that you have to settle voters. And if you are a member of opposition, you will still be advised, lest if you refuse to do it. You see, we are all angling for the support of the illiterates, the masses we are voting for. We are fighting for. If you go to your constituency and gather the masses in a hall like this, and you talk to them about how they are oppressed, how they are killed, how they are denied their rights, how they are exploited, how they are plundered, make sure you have transport money to give them, and money for freedom. Because if you don't do that, by the time you are talking, half of them will be sleeping, and half will move out of the hall, that you invite them to waste their time. This is what he has become. So, the opposition in Nigeria is not ideologically different from those in the party. It is team A of the ruling class and team B of the ruling class. Everything is the same. Don't waste your time. If you think it's not the same, okay, go and join the opposition and contest without money. It's still the same. Comrade Amaechi is not here, and I wish he's here, and I would have responded to him. You see, many of you here hoped and prayed one day you will be members of State House of Assembly, you will be members of House of Reps, or you will be senators, or you will be governors, because you believe that when you have the levers of power, you will be able to change this country, make impact in your society, and advance our country to the next stage and next phase of development. Amaechi was here talking about Tinubu, talking about Nigerians. He was one of those who was so blessed by Nigeria. In every sense of the word. Many of you here have, in your family, you have never had a counselor. And then one man was a speaker for 8 years, governor for 8 years, minister for 8 years. How blessed can a man be? And then 2 years after power, he has seen the fault of the country. If you can attack the government, can attack the system, you have that innocence and that stainless history of never being in government. You have the right. You have never been a councillor, you have never been a local government chairman, you have never been anything. You are just a Nigerian at the receiving end of the failure of governance. You have the right to speak. But if you can sit down here and say we should not look at the messenger, only the message, then you know that one day Tinubu will be out of power and he will stand before you here and talk about the needs of the country. And you should not talk of the messenger. When people have position of authority and power and they fail to deliver, their communication with the masses and the people should be that of public apology. On that note, under the second stanza of what I was saying is, they always deride that people have failed to protest, ASU have failed, NLC have failed, people have failed to come out and demonstrate and whatever. What stops him from mobilizing people in unity fountain to the villa against Tinubu? You only need to post on social media that I'm leading a protest. You don't have to wait for us, you don't have to wait for NLC, you don't have to wait for poor young people who will face the bullet, or you don't have to wait for somebody to do it. You should lead it. And then you look at it from this point of view. Young people, because according to statistics, 60% of Nigerians were born after 1999. By that, it means that 60% of Nigerians have no experience of military rule. Where are they today? They're in social media. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. But the question is, all of these people, you young people, all of these people you are criticizing, you are opposing, you are fighting, who are in government, were of your age in 1999. But the difference between you and them is that you spend most of your time in the comment section of people in power. The lack of Donald Duke in 1999, the lack of Uju Zakalu in 1999, the lack of Magrefi in 1999 were of the same age with all of you. They had a vision and they had ideas. They struggled through the rigors of politics and captured state power. When they were in power, they were in their 20s and 30s. Today, a 40, a 50-year-old man is mostly on social media. Please, how does it sound? You are 35 years old or 40, protesting to the National Assembly, and your age mate is sent in by the Speaker or House of All Senate President to come and receive your complaints. And it's just very easy. You have to participate. You have to mobilize. You have to win elections. That's the only way you can change your country. In the 90s, after we have fought the military, Shigani for me a blessed memory, and so many other persons. When the transition program came in 1999, Abdul Salam called us. We are transiting to democracy. Enough of your aluta. Come and organize political party and take over state power. We had a meeting. Wale Okuni is there. We said no, that we will continue to fight. The likes of Tinubu move out of that meeting and say no, that he is not going to fight again. He will join the political party and he will take over Lagos. There was a bitter confrontation between those who want to continue to fight and those who want to join the politics. It took us 3 years before we realized that we have made a wrong decision. Gani now said he wants to contest. He couldn't make it. Olisa Obama said he wants to contest. He couldn't make it. Falana wanted to be governor. He couldn't make it. People like me tried. We failed. All those fighters, one of those who fought, who said we should continue to do Aluta, is still Aluta, he is the organizer of this conference. They said, go back to your state and be state governor. He said, no, revolution will come. He is here. Look at him sitting down here in that meeting. And for me, we have to pretend that we are not what we are before we won the Senate. And when we went there, we found out that we have not changed. They had to move us back to where we were. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my last message to each and every one of us is the elections in Nigeria have always been the same. From 1999 to date, each time you have an election, they will say, this will make or break Nigeria. This will make or man Nigeria. This election will destroy them. This election will mark an end to that trend. We are 25 years still going on. The question before us as a country and as a people is, we are not different from any other African country. When I read people on social media, it's the British that brought us together, this and that. All African countries are product of colonial demarcations. We can't continue to complain. And the last point I will make, there is no country that will come and save you from your problems. No, it has never happened. It has never happened. You have to find your problem, solutions to your problems yourselves. Even if the whole of Nigeria is secure, if Chad is not secure, if Nigeria is not secure, if Cameroon is not secure, if Benin Republic is not secure, you will never be secure. Those of us, I feel highly impressed by Adebayo. I don't share some of the things he said, but it's not easy in this country to see a president who is Yoruba and a political leader who is Yoruba standing up to say things the president don't like. We defend our leader who comes from our ethnic group. That's what we do in this country, even if they are wrong. And that's one thing you give to the people of the Southwest. If you see protests under Shonekan, it's led by the Yoruba. If you see protests under Obasanjo, it's led by the Yoruba. If you see protests under Tinubu, it's more effective in the southwestern part of the country. That is a lesson for us to learn. When our own was in power for 8 years, you dare not talk about insecurity in the north. You dare not. Most of us talking about insecurity in the north. Today, we are silent for 8 years. We protect, and when I was in the Senate, each time I stood up to speak about insecurity, I get heckled down by the people who come from my part of the country. I'll give you a last example. Why has the world knew about killings in Southern Canada and not killings in Northern Canada? Ask yourself that question. Why does it happen? The reasons are very simple. The representatives, the elected representatives of people in the Southern Canada can stand up in the Senate and tell the world of how terrorists and bandits are killing their people. But the elected representative from Northern Canada, out of ethnic and sectional solidarity with the president, they refuse to tell the world the corpses, the killings, and the massacres going on in their own part of the country. And the world will judge what they see and what they read on social media. So if your people are killed, you don't want to tell the world because you don't want to embarrass your own president. And someone tells the world about it. It is that other person that will be happy. The general point for all of us is that election is around the corner. And it is for each and every one of us to ask ourselves, where do we want to go from here? All this talk of electoral reform, it will happen. Election happened on Saturday. Like a joke, you will hear that by 9 a.m. in the morning, sensitive election materials have been distributed. Election will start by 12 o'clock and end in the next 3 to 4 hours. Counting begins and the winner emerges. And the election took place with wrappers, spaghetti, rice, soap, shared to people. And the same thing happens. And then we blame vote buying and don't talk about vote selling. And that is where our problem comes in. The people in position of power will continue to maintain their position, continue to win elections, and preside over our affairs. And we will continue to comment on social media, thinking that that will change anything. It will never. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much, Sani. Another round of applause for you. Before we proceed, I want to bring on to the